The journey begins here. Away from the bright lights, behind closed doors. You felt it growing up. It was in these fields, these streets, that gave you the ambition to persevere and to never give up.
Aaron Smith, short ball, yes!
It was your family, your roots,
And Morgan finishes it off!
that gave you the sense of pride that fuels the fire inside you. Now, on the nation's biggest stage, comes an opportunity to show that that fire still burns strong. A game of pride and heritage. It's about where you're from and what you represent. A game where brothers go head to head. Rivalries are reignited, and a chance for new faces to make their presence felt. This is the best versus the best. The North versus the South. It's more than just knowing you've got your mates back. It's knowing that half the nation has got yours.
The Inter-Island match was once one of the biggest events on the New Zealand rugby calendar, a century-old tradition that lost its place in the professional era. But now in 2020, it's back. The best players in Aotearoa line up for the North and for the South. Kia ora everyone, welcome to Sky Stadium in Wellington. Tony Johnson with the call, Justin Marshall alongside me. And what a bunch of lineups we've got here tonight. Tremendous head-to-heads. How about this one, just to start things off? In the front row, Big Carl Tui Nukuafe and Nepo Laulala on one side. Hometown star Asafo Aumua and Crusaders skipper Cody Taylor at hooker. Another clash of giants, Ofa Tu'ungafasi and Joe Moody on the North tighthead side. Both captains wear the 4 jersey. Sam Whitelock for the South against the informed Patrick Tuipolotu. And in 5, the raw-boned promise of Tupou Vai against Crusaders regular Mitchell Dunshea. At blindside, 2 of the most powerful carriers in the game, Akira Ioane and Shannon Frizzell. The dynamic Adi Savia and the tackling machine Tom Christie at open side. And at number 8, a welcome return for the prodigiously talented Hoskins Satutu up against Big Tom Sanders.
To the backlines, halfbacks TJ Perenara and Brad Weber ignite both backlines. Absolute belter of a clash at 10. Beauden Barrett for the North, Richie Mo'onga for the South. 2 youngsters with talent to burn on the wings. Caleb Clark in 11 and the talented Will Jordan in 14. Showcase of skills at 12 with Anton Leonard-Brown and Jack Goodhue in the centres. Golden opportunities also in the centres for Rico Ioane and Braden Enor. Teammates cast aside, it's mate against mate, Sevu Reece and George Bridge. And all the pre-game hype is finally on our doorstep. Fullbacks going toe-to-toe, Damien McKenzie and Geordie Barrett.
Well, another big talking point, Aaron Smith, All Black number 1, but on the bench for the North comeback opportunity, Angus Ta'aval and local man Tyrell Lomax turns out for the South. Well, it's been a little bit gloomy around the capital today. Sideline with a check on conditions. Kia ora, Carl Tinana.
Yeah, kia ora, gentlemen. Good news is, TJ, that the pitch is nice and hard, but when there's a wind like tonight, it's brought the temperatures down and it's swirly here at Sky Stadium. TJ Perenara has won the toss for the North and elected to run left to right as we see it.
Well, 123 years ago, this match was first played, and not far from here either, at Athletic Park back in 1897. It's been played 80 times since then, although this is just the 3rd time since the mid-80s. Once upon a time, probably second only to Test rugby in importance. It's been brought back in this year of COVID, while the fans and the media have been busy hotly debating the selections and the selection process. The players seem well geared up for it. And of course, it really doubles as an All Black trial with a big announcement due tomorrow. A match with notable head-to-head battles everywhere you look, no question. The one that's piqued the most interest is in the 10 jersey. Beauden Barrett returns to Sky Stadium on the back of just a couple of games in the Blues pivot role during Super Rugby Aotearoa. And up against him, well, many believe the outstanding player in Super Rugby Aotearoa for 2 years running, Richie Mo'onga. Whoever gets on top of that battle goes a long way to getting their team over the line. In charge of tonight's match will be Paul Williams, Mike Fraser and Brendan Pickerel will be his assistants, and the TMO is Ben O'Keefe. Well, it's been a while coming, but it's back. It was, of course, due to be played at Eden Park on August 29. It was delayed But here we are in Wellington. Sadly, no fans in the stadium, but no doubt plenty watching at home.
Countdown on the screen.
For the next 2 hours, provincial and Super Rugby allegiances go out the window. Teammates,
Countdown,
brothers
boys,
even,
whistle.
become opponents. It's Te Ika a Maui against Te Waipunamu. It's North against South. And Paul Williams blows the whistle. And it's the South who kick off, and straight away Caleb Clark showing his great skill in busting a big hole in the South defence, and he's got the North straight onto the attack. Well, a brilliant start to the game for this splendid young winger, and racing onto the attack go the North. First touch for Adi Savia,
Leave it now, leave it now.
playing on his home turf here tonight. Here's another Perenara moving it on. Early touch for Ofa Tonga Fussy in jersey 3. And an early advantage too. So this is a very good start for the North Island. Bowden Barrett gets hands on the ball now. Anton Leonard-Brown, referee, playing advantage, but now he'll bring them back. Well, what a great start for the North, Justin.
Absolutely it was. Now the kickoff that you usually look to get benefit from when you go long is the fact that if you get a winger to catch it, he goes into the breakdown and then he's not there to chase the kick. However, you don't expect him to catch the ball, run through half of the team and make a scintillating 40-metre break, which is what Caleb Clark did do. So the kickoff didn't work for the South. It did very much for the North.
Well, Bowden Barrett, who only switched to the number 10 jersey very late in the Blues campaign, and Super Rugby Aotearoa back in the 10 jersey, driving the kick towards the corner, putting it out about 15 from the line. Here is Caleb Clark. Kaltenana, this is impressive stuff.
Yeah, you could just see the kick line chase there from the Southern team. Just broke down a little bit, and well, this guy, he has been on fire all season long.
So, Asapu Almua, he's got a good target down the back, and they hold it up. Now they're ready to go. Leonard-Brown taken just out in front of the posts. Savia now, so plenty of defending early on for the South to do. Perenara just a little untidy, but he didn't lose the ball forward. Patrick Tuipulotu with the big carry. Now Tupu Vai going in to help him out. Now Carl Tui Nukuafe. Well, this is a really strong opening. And an offside call going against the South. Tom Sanders it was. Now Barrett trying to grab her, a little kick through, sets up for Rico Ioane, and the North's in.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it.
Outstanding. Off the back of a penalty, Bowden Barrett with all his genius. He recognised the fact that maybe a 50-50 play was the option. And when you go for that little grubber kick through the line, what you do rely on is a good bounce or a really bad one for the opposition. Well, it was a good bounce because he hit it perfectly behind that front runner. Rico Ioane knew what his first 5 was up to, pounces on it straight into his lap, and the North strike after an excellent start.
We could tell it was a called move, and that's why he's just so dangerous. Bowden Barrett, multiple options for the number 10.
Well, 3 minutes and a bit dominated by the North ever since Caleb Clark fielded that kickoff.
Yeah, I don't think.
And a lovely little kick through from Bowden Barrett, setting up beautifully for Rico Ioane. And, well, it's going to be Damien McKenzie. There's one of the pre-match questions being answered. Who was going to do the goal kicking? Was it Barrett? Was it McKenzie?
Yeah. Make it snappy, eh, Damien?
Blustery win, so he's called on his Chiefs teammate Anton Leonard-Brown just to steady the ball for him. About 13 in from touch. Not a bad kick, yet glances it off the left hand upright, and so that's a great start for the North in the Inter-Island match of 2020. They lead by 7-0. Richie Moonga quickly restarting. This one goes to Perenara, and they give it to Clark. I'm thinking, well, he did it once, can he do it again? This time he's taken just inside the 22. Almore with the carry. He'll be pleased. The first line out worked well. Some new combinations. Now the kick goes down to Geordie Barrett. Now Moonga. Chance for the South to hit back. George Bridge runs into the Ioane brothers. He's put on the ground just short of the 10. Big carry from Joe Moody, and referee playing advantage here. Coming up offside was Adi Savia. Ball's been dropped in midfield by Goodhue, and so they'll come back for the penalty.
Well, they got the result there after that time, the South, from the kick deep. They got the ball kicked back to them. Richie Mo'unga, as ever, always looking for an opportunity. Pass was slightly on the shoulder of George Bridge, but from there it was a really good, strong charge from Moody. And Sevu Reece trying to keep that in play, doesn't. And as a result, now they've got a very good opportunity to get a line-out set here, the South.
That's a valiant effort from Sevu Reece. We've seen him do it before, but Cody Taylor now comes to the line-out. I guess you'd have to say there is a, you would think, slight advantage at set piece, and that he's throwing to his Crusaders teammates, Whitelock, Dunshee, Sanders.
Christie at halfback as well, so that looks like a drive.
2-5-1.
So chance for the South to hit back. Now they go to the skipper, Whitelock. Taylor, they channel the ball back to him in the boot. Starting to edge, although more across field than forward at the moment, the South. And the referee says you'll have to use it. Webber goes to the short side, tries to step his way through. Sevu Reece doing a good job of holding him up, but he's getting close to the line. Now he goes to ground, and there it is. Someone will have to free it, and over for the try. Nepo Laulala. Boy, is that smart thinking.
Oh, it was. Nepo Laulala, he was just in the right spot at the time where the ball became free. They looked for all money as if they'd managed to hold him up. And again, like you mentioned, Sevu Reece was in there, couldn't get to ground Brad Weber, but he managed to somehow wriggle his way to a point that the rest of the support players that gathered around him managed to get him to ground first and foremost, and then the ball became available. Nepo Laulala was just standing there, picks it up, and he'll tell you it's 20 metres, but KT, he won't get too many easier than that, the big loose head.
Well, it'll be the longest try by the end of the night, that's for sure, Marsh. But you can't underestimate the strong work by Cody Taylor. He's the one that latched on to Brad Weber to give them the chance to get it to deck. Good work.
It looked like they were doing a good job of holding him up. They couldn't do it, and the kick from Geordie Barrett is successful. And so after 7.5 minutes in Wellington, it's 7-all in the Inter-Island game. It looked for a moment as if there was going to be no one there to clear the ball, but he went one better. Bowden Barrett drifting down to Will Jordan. Now they give it to Shannon Frizzell. What a great Super Rugby Aotearoa campaign he's coming off with the Highlanders. Looking to get some width on it. No, Geordie Barrett decides to kick. Skied it down the middle though, all not taken initially. Oh, brilliantly recovered though by Akira Ioane. How did he do that? Well, some great skills from big men on show already. Now here's Will Jordan, who will be a real threat on that right wing if the South can get him some ball.
Number? Yeah, I see it, I see it.
Referee, I think, playing advantage again here.
One more time.
Offside play.
Advantage, 2 black offside.
Almua it was. Now Mo'unga puts a lovely little kick through. Jordan's got it, flings the pass wide. Christie watches it bounce over the touchline. Well, it was worth a try, but they'll come back for a penalty.
You're 100% bang on. That's the only way that he could maximise that opportunity. Was just try and rip it off the wrong foot. Never easy. He found the space, but he didn't get the bounce, Will Jordan. But again, you see that opportunity, that synergy between him and Mo'unga. Nicely timed kick. Found himself in space. They got around him pretty quickly to shut him down, but always thinking, always dangerous.
Oh, it's a tough skill too, Marsh. He's flying at the ball as Mo'unga, and he changes his mind right at the last. There's the option right there. The call comes. That is brilliant skill.
So Cody Taylor
Boys, we'll get the set though.
Grew up in fielding, but very much
Take a step.
a product of that
Here's the
great
middle.
Crusaders
Let's go.
system.
Stay there. Stay there. Let's go.
You bet your boots that the South, with Sam Whitelock running the cutter, will have put a lot of work on their lineouts this week. And
Advantage. Yeah, I got it.
obliges, and again they're coming up offside again. The North referee playing advantage. Mackenzie coming forward, couldn't take it cleanly. They'll go for the penalty.
Yeah.
And this one, well, this will give us an idea
From the line
about
out.
the intentions of the
Backs
team. Do you
offside.
go for points or do you go for the
10.
line out?
I think they're looking like they're going to go for
Drop-
more. No, Geordie
drop
Barrett's lining it up. I'll tell you, that was so well
Yeah,
orchestrated
well
by
done,
Sam
mate.
Whitelock from the line-out take. The way that he faked the delivery to the halfback, which meant that Bowden Barrett and the rest of the back line, you can see it in the top of the screen. You watch, he fakes, and it's Dunshea, I should say, and by faking, he got the whole back line of the North offside. Really well done.
So there's been two.
And there's the mentality, KT, taking the points when they're on offer.
Oh, yeah, especially in this first stanza. Marshy's been helter-skelter, but you're right, I like that bit of skill. You can tell Sammy Whitelock and Dunshea and that forward pack have talked about that, knowing that the defence from this Northern team will come up quick.
So Barrett, Geordie nails the 3 points, and the South, who were under all sorts of pressure in the opening moments of this game, now have the lead by 10-7. Geordie Barrett, of course, having made his entry to first-class rugby with the Crusaders. That's why he's playing for the South.
Hold wide.
Brad Weber, likewise, who started off with Otago, went there to study for a science degree, just played a handful of games for Otago, really never was the first choice halfback, but that's why he's playing for the South Island. Well, nice take in the line out from Hoskins Satutu, and how good it is to see him back in action. Rico Ioane taken
well
nicely
done.
by
Release.
Braden Enna, but he looks like he's hurt himself. Enna taking a bang on the knee. Mackenzie thought there was a little gap in field, fed it to Ufa Tuungafasi. Now Perenara picks it up, fires it away. Sevu Reese tried to get him out over the touchline, but good strength to stay in field. Tuungafasi
Yeah, good
again.
work, great work.
Here's another one who really stood out in Super Rugby. Mackenzie now onto the left foot. And that one's sitting up inside, awkward inside the 22. Almua's got after it, and he's got it. They put him over the touchline. Ball's still in play, though.
No.
And Jordan is there.
Now, last feet,
Well,
last feet.
another quite extraordinary piece of play from a tight forward. Now Caleb
Ripped out,
Clark's
but
ripped the
knocked on
ball
by
away.
Blake, so you've got the advantage.
Geordie Barrett has to get himself out of a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Now, what does the referee say?
Ripped
Let's
out, but it went forward by
bring it
Blake.
all to an end with a
down
scrum. Well, all sorts going on there, Justin.
Well, there's that bounce of that rugby ball. We'll look at Eno. He's in a bad way because I saw him try to get back to his feet and he started limping heavily. I don't expect him to be able to recover from this the way he looked. Here's the kick from Mackenzie. Check out the bounce of the rugby ball, how it can really make life a misery. Mo'unga does really well because the bounce eluded him, and then he had to deal with the raging bull that is Almua, and he managed to bring him down. He keeps the ball in play. Here's the injury to Eno. It's a hip, but it's a knee problem that he's got. So it must have been just that knee banging into the ground. Could be patella, the way that that's banged into the ground real heavily like that.
The ball's got to leave. The ball's got to leave for the one touch, okay?
Yeah, he's no good, Marshy. Looks like he's going to be replaced by Lester Fainganuku in jersey 23. Shame for Braden Enor.
Well, that's going to mean some sort of reshuffle.
Time back on.
Fainganuku, very exciting winger. It's a bad turn of events for Braden Enor, because we were so looking forward to that clash with Rico Ioane in the 13 jersey.
Yours or this?
It's going to be interesting to see how they form up here, Carl.
The thing is, Enor did some outstanding work defensively on Rico Ioane, who had options on the outside and numbers, but he shut him down. And we just said, Marshy, it's that little knock. Looks like Leicester's going into the 13 position.
Yes, I suppose another option would have been to bring Geordie Barrett into the midfield.
Catch!
Maybe give Goodhue a chance to play in the
Bind.
outside position, but looks like they're going to stick with
Set.
Goodhue.
Hey, TJ. Can you just try not to talk in between that bind and set call? Because they get a bit jumpy. Thank you.
So first scrum, of the anti-climax with the collapse, but hopefully things get better from now.
Boy, this has got the markings of a great battle here too. I mean, you just look at the front rows for a start. Two massive front rows. A lot of power in there, and of course in the engine room as well. Whitelock, Tuipulotu, a lot of horsepower there. The winners of the last game, although it was a rather gimmicky sort of a game back in 2012, a fundraiser for the Otago Rugby Union. Now, Perenara, well, he was getting ready to pounce. But the first blow at scrum time is struck by Nepo Laulala. Carl Tui Nukuafe, I think, guilty of going to ground.
Yep, he is. And good place to win a scrum penalty as well. It's not an easy zone to exit from, so they'll be happy to get the penalty relief, the South, to be able to build from a line out. Short line out.
Again, Dunshea and Whitelock together. And again, they go to Dunshea. Whitelock lifting him, and Taylor ready to launch off the back. Trying to splinter them. Webber just calmly waiting for them to move ahead. Now he releases it. Does a little wrap around too, trying to get Moonga on the outside. Now Whainga Anuku, first touch for him. And it takes a good tackle from Barrett to stop him. So South really starting to find some rhythm now after that difficult start. George Bridge with the kick ahead. Clark coming across, picks it up. No one there to support him really initially, but he's bought his team some time. Well, Whainga Anuku thought about trying to affect the steal, had to bail out in the end.
Tackle! Roll out, move! Yeah, good job.
So now the North have it back inside their own 22. Little switch of play. McKenzie has a little look, sees Dunshea and says, I'll have you. Takes him on the outside, frees it up for Almua, who puts the kick ahead. That's not a bad one either, although it's skewed off in field a little bit. And Geordie Barrett's there, and there's a lot of space away to his left too. Looking to get the ball in behind, but no, too much on it.
Well, it's probably your worst nightmare as a defending tight forward to see Damien McKenzie get the ball and decide that he's going to go lateral on you, because he's just so quick across the field on that angle. Dunshea, brave effort, but a good way to get out of the danger zone to have a player like that able to free space.
Well, he called for the pass, didn't he? I think he saw the opportunity. Sevu Reece comes in from the wing. Good tackle made by Tom Christie. So secure. Bit of a loose pass picked up by Barrett, and he's taken by Whainga Anuku. So the North have it. They've lost a bit of ground just inside the half. McKenzie quickly through the hands. Caleb Clark in a bit of space. Rico Ioane, TJ Perenara there in support. McKenzie! Oh, brilliant hand-to-hand stuff from the North are in again.
Oh, that's really high-quality stuff. Support players coming from depth. Some offloads in the tackle, some offloads before contact. It's a real evolution of Rico Ioane's game. The fact that he's able to shift the ball now rather than take contact or take a defender on. He's the one who sets it up as quick hands. Watch him here as first receiver. Quick hands and shifts it. McKenzie does the same. Caleb Clark a handful. Back inside to Ioane. TJ Perenara loops around. Back inside to McKenzie. Three players basically just shuffling the ball between themselves, and they hurt the South.
This is the thing about Caleb Clark. He's able to take out multiple defenders. You see the draw and pass, but look at the line taken by TJ Perenara, just making it a little bit easier for Damien McKenzie to run that support line. Nice try.
Yeah. Oh, great handling. Just so quick but so sure. Nothing hot potato about it. It was all very controlled.
But great to see players aware of keeping themselves in the game. So Ioane touched the ball and stayed in play on his feet to get another touch, as did McKenzie. A quick shift to Caleb Clark. He stayed in the game to get the final touch.
So Damien McKenzie with his team back in front, attempting to convert his own try, does so. And the North lead 14-10.
Well, it's a great point you make, Marsha. You don't always have to take contact. It's still draw and pass. And that's why they have the ability to run those support lines that you're talking about.
Well, they talk about the second touch principle, don't they? Make sure you get involved in a move, stay alive in the move, get another touch of the ball, and that's how devastating it can be. The restart. I don't know whether you want to do that all night, kick it to Caleb Clark, but then this time Akira Ioane loses it and can't get it back, and Sanders gobbles it up. So the South get a chance to hit back straight away. The mistake from the restart from Akira Ioane, who tries to make good with a tackle, but here's Weber now sniping around the short side. Ball on the ground, God, cleverly done. Anton Leonard-Brown ripping it away. Well, this game really is opening up now. Space on the right here. Rieko Ioane trying to set things up. Oh, the pass got left behind by Sevu Reece. Just overran it a bit. Boy, it was on.
It was a valuable turnover, though, by Anton Leonard-Brown. They were looking threatening the South. They got the turnover from the kickoff. But in a classic sense of being able to get the turnover. Watch the way that he just reaches out and gets his hands immediately on the ball. Anton Leonard-Brown turns it over at a crucial time. They had space. I just thought that they were all a bit lateral there on that counter-attack.
Well, down the back of the line out, not all that tidy, but the South have got it. And Tom Christie puts his head down, and with help from his teammates Cody Taylor there, they charge ahead, and now they get it over the 22 through Dunshea. Sanders.
Tackle roll! Good job.
A lot of great ball carrying talent in these forward packs.
No,
Lala, who's already scored a try. Dunshea.
Advantage.
Another advantage. This one
Advantage
against Carl Tui Nukuafe. Cody Taylor trying to go right through the middle of them. Now Moonga jabs an angle kick across. Geordie Barrett. Oh, Akira Ioane, sorry, Hoskins Satutu just got there first.
Black one, not rolling.
Well, again, that was a premeditated option. As it goes across to Moonga, him and both Geordie Barrett knew exactly what was happening. And I tell you what, that is really, really excellent reactional skills from Hoskins Satutu to be able to get there and shut that down, because he's the only other player that read it, apart from Barrett and Moonga.
Oh, Geordie Barrett, I think, trying to sell a push there to the referee. Didn't get anywhere with it. Well, that was a very easy 3 points. They must back that line out of theirs. Little meeting on the 22, and then quickly into position. Well, they go quickly to the front, and look to Shannon Frizzell. Got it set up for a maul here now, out in front of the posts. A nice variation from the South, and they've got some momentum here. Cody Taylor has it. He's in. Well, what a great move from the South, and now they're back in front.
Oh, it was clever at the front of the line out. Just when you thought that they were looking to drive and getting set to do that, it was a nice little interchange at the front. Brad Weber hit Frizzell, and the way he goes in contact is absolutely testament to the fact that they were looking to set a maul in a different part of the field. Here's the little flick from Bridge out to Brad Weber. Now look at the body height. He's high, he doesn't take contact full on, he backs in almost, and then from there they set the maul. It takes them a little bit of time to get the structure right, but once they do, they peel around as we're looking at to the right. Cody Taylor's got control of it, and over they go.
Oh, that's calculated. That has Sam Whitelock written all over it. They had their main ball winner and Mitchell Dunshea out behind Frizzell. They go quick to Georgie Bridge. Will take that line out win. Well constructed.
Time off. Yeah, Ben, I'm going to come to you on that one, please, mate. TMO check. Yeah, good spot, mate. So, yeah. Ben, we just want to look at that try there. We've got an on-field decision try at this stage. We just want to make sure there's no clear obstruction from that last maul leading into the try, please, mate.
Okay.
Nice one, thank you. Yeah, so
it may be not as clear-cut as we first thought.
Well, I think it's still the existing maul. When they break away here to the left as we're looking at it now, that's still the existing maul.
They're all still bound, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Correct. Yeah.
fact that there's no black defenders there shouldn't be a problem for them, because they're more stayed in sync.
Ben, we've got a decision here, mate. Yeah, so what we've got, mate, is there was clearly a maul here. Black defended it well, it became stationary. White stepped out, there's a man in front, it's obstruction, and then that's led into a try. So I'm going to restart back here with a penalty to Black for obstruction at the maul.
Okay, it's a truck and trailer. They've ruled.
No try. And it was about here, wasn't it, Ben?
So no try, and the North remain in front.
I'm a bit bemused by that. I really am. I don't feel that ever the ball shifted from where it was at the back.
So it was an obstruction at the maul. These guys defended it well, became stationary. You stepped out and there was a man in front.
It's not our fault, though.
100% agree with Sam Whitelock there. Excuse the language, but
yeah,
I totally agree with them. Where are they supposed to go? Yeah. Interesting.
Well, is it a different maul?
They're still moving forward here, so the fact that he said that it wasn't stationary is completely incorrect for a start off. He said it had stopped.
So the South denied, but it wasn't straight.
Yeah, sorry, excuse me. So what Paul Williams said, you would have heard him say, he said, I felt that the initial maul had stopped and they weren't moving forward, and Black had defended it well. Well, that clearly showed that maul was still moving when that little sort of movement to the left happened, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I don't think Sam Whitelock is a very happy man at the moment.
I can see why.
It's not often you hear him speak like that either. But he feels quite aggrieved, and of course he is such a scientist, such a student of the arts of the line out. He would have been up all night thinking of that one, and to have it taken away.
Mine!
So they get another chance here. Good Hugh standing up flat. Off the back, strongly goes Sanders. Ball left behind him. Webber's there. Has a little dart. Trying to build some momentum here again, the South. Dunshea, who's been very active early on in the game. Now Frizzell. So they're working it towards the 22. Sam Whitelock goes hard at Tupolvai. There for Webber. Now Moonga moving on to it. Trying to straighten it. Good kick. Referee has the arm out. Again, they're offside, the North. Stab kick through from Webber goes out on the full. They'll come back for the penalty.
Two Black.
Well, how many's this? I think this must be about the fourth time they've been picked up for offside.
Time off.
Yeah, and I think he wants a word.
Just had a bit of a string of offsides, and it's been 2 against 2 here down there now. You guys just need to work hard, okay? We don't want to have to come down here again and go to that thing, you know? Yeah. Shot called.
Asafo Almua for the second time. He's been picked up. This is good from Sanders.
Explosive off the back, and you really got good momentum when you can get that far from the back of the scrum over the advantage line. And the only reason that the North were able to shut it down was simply because they couldn't get back in time to get onside. And that was all orchestrated by the pace off the back of the scrum from Tom Sanders.
Geordie Barrett.
22.
Kick goes to the left of the post, so they've missed out on a couple now, the South, and it remains 14-10. Firstly the try, now the missed penalty.
Okay, guys, this time, please, let's go.
Caleb Clark with a bit of a you can't be serious look on his face. Going to take a quick tap out here. This kick landing on halfway, taken by Geordie Barrett, who goes hard. Well, people talk about the motivation factors in these teams. I think for the South, things have just amped up a bit with a couple of events. Playing with a real bit between their teeth at the moment, but it's the North who lead. 2 tries to 1, 14-10. Not a great pass. Mo'unga is there, though, trying to set something up. And Christie got it away to Bridge at the second go. keeping it in play on halfway. Now the try scorer, Nipo Laulala. Satutu's come through and he's done well. The young number 8, he's pinched it. So that's another ruck and maul turnover executed by the North. And here's Bowden Barrett. Gets past Whitelock. Moody, though, gets him from behind and he spills it.
Well, he did well there, Hosking Satutu.
Just
He had to work hard to get that turnover. He got in a good position, but the work still wasn't done, and he managed to then squeeze it basically behind him to win the ball, check it out. So he gets in, he's quite elongated, but he's still supporting his own body weight. He rips it free and then places it in behind him. Did really well. Bowden Barrett, always dangerous from counter-attack, KT.
Oh, yeah, he's always got eyes up, and that's his first instinct, isn't it, Marshy, to have a go. But just a heads up here, Ruchi Mo'onga is going off for an HIA for the South team. He's going to be replacing jersey 22 by Josh Ioane.
There's a couple of injury blows already for the South. Remember, they've lost Braden Enor to a knee injury.
okay, guys,
And
time
now,
back on.
boy, Richie Mo'onga, that would be a huge loss. And of course, a loss for all of us, really. It's a head-to-head we've been relishing, Marshy.
Yeah, it certainly is. Both players so very dangerous. We've seen small little glimpses of that so far, but again, with somebody's
Last one was all right, wasn't it?
bad luck, and hopefully we will see Richie Mo'onga again in this game as someone else's opportunity. And Josh Ioane, who has been an All Black before, ended his Super Rugby campaign with the Highlanders very well. Great to see him back to full fitness, and a very good, talented player to be able to bring on as a replacement.
Of course, his Highlanders teammate Mitchell Hunt is actually on the subs bench for the North tonight. Brad Weber to feed the scrum. And another scrum penalty to the South.
Angle. Tight head angle.
So they're winning
Angle
some
one.
of the mini battles, they're just not
You've
winning the
always
big ones at
started
the
that way.
moment. No, Ioane holding up in the breeze, but puts it out just short of the 22.
Again, it's an interesting one. It looked like Joe Moody's elbow might have glanced the ground first there. Or for Tuonga Fussy feels the same way.
Patience,
So it's a line out, and again they go to quick ball at the front. Weber moving it on. Goodhue wrestled back though by Artie Savia. Now trying to go through the middle is Frizzell. This is promising. South starting to get some momentum going. Cody Taylor trying to take it through the middle.
tackle, release!
Referee says they've got to let him go. They were trying to hold him up. Sanders is going to have another go. Barrett manages to stop him. Now Weber flings it away. Ioane looking on the inside. He was for Geordie Barrett. Just couldn't quite find him. Held on to it. Now here's Barrett in the action. Trying to fend off Satutu. And his brother comes at him.
No, can't play from here.
Bodie who ends up on the ground.
No, don't hold him, Sam.
Sam Whitelock was making sure he stayed there too. Now Cody Taylor wrestling away with it. Weber, well, a chance now to get that lead that was denied moments ago. The South, Weber having a little look to the short side, coming through with Satutu. Weber having a little dab, and he's taken 5 out.
Good work, ball's there. Hold.
Sanders goes in to take it. Has a look on the short side. Oh, great power. Just held up short of the line. It's still there for the South. They fling it away. Oh, he's in. Oh, brilliantly done by Geordie Barrett. And the South in again.
Wow, Geordie Barrett that close to the line. He had a couple of digs earlier on. Big, powerful runs. And then he uses all of that power, that reach to crash over. I tell you, if anyone's putting their hand up so far in this match early doors, it's Tom Sanders. Been absolutely outstanding. And then you get somebody like that, Geordie Barrett, that close, one-on-one, too big and strong.
What about that pass from Cody Taylor, though? Had his head in the ruck. Uses his right hand to give it to Geordie Barrett. Goes through over 2 defenders too. Good body position by the number 15.
What do you think, though, lads? Sanders has been absolutely outstanding.
Agree. It's funny, you know, we've been looking all through at I guess, head-to-heads between existing All Blacks, or Geordie against Damien McKenzie, or Bowden Barrett against Mo'unga. But yep, that in fact, two outstandingly talented loose forward trios we're looking at in this game. But really, yeah, Sanders has stood out. This bloke here, he's probably taller than any of them. And attempt to conversion from the sideline. He's got this one on target. That's a great kick. Flags go up. Geordie Barrett, he missed one from handy range, but no mistake that time. And the South lead by 17-14. Seesaw game here in Wellington.
Well, there's just a mountain of work to do from here, but it's simply because of the space as well. You're right about the pass, KT. Well called. Not easy to do from Cody Taylor to free it for Geordie. Just too tough in that zone, Geordie Barrett to stop.
So Bowden Barrett chips the restart, but it's taken by Sam Whitelock. Caleb Clark, who's been doing excellent work with and without the ball at kickoff time. Sanders again, who's making great meters in contact. Now Geordie Barrett hangs one high, a little bit awkward for his brother too, and coming through. Oh, brilliantly done. Good show. Found Webber with the tip on, and here come the South again. Cody Taylor moves it on. Christie is there. Tom Christie.
No, always back.
Referee said he didn't lose the ball in contact.
Sorry, it was a knock on.
Now he says he did.
I thought it was back. Fair enough.
I tell you what,
Yep, no worries. Time off.
That from Goodhue is absolutely outstanding, because what you usually do when you're under the high ball like this is you adjust your foot speed to try and catch the ball, but he was still at full pace. Jack Goodhue, he had a confrontation as well as that, and a hit from Bowden Barrett, but the fact that he didn't adjust, he just kept his eye on the ball, never took his eye off it, and even though he juggled it, was able to hold on to it.
Yeah, totally committed, wasn't he, Marshy? And that's the beauty of it. And also, midway through when he was juggling it, looking for a support player to push the ball over.
I tell you, Brad Webber's been very good as well, hasn't he? He's threatening around the breakdown, he's in everything. He was a support runner there for Goodhue. Industrious, busy.
Well, we were hoping for a good game, weren't we? We haven't seen a North-South game for a while. Fair bit of talk about the selections, and of course it's doubling as an All Black trial, a final All Black trial, but those things are all actually combining to make it a heck of a good game.
It certainly is.
Just a heads up to Richie Mo'unga, his back sideline, and he is good to go past his HIA.
And it's great news for him, and good news for his team too, although Ioane has shown his class, the few touches he's had.
Boing!
Now TJ Perenara.
Set!
Hoskins Satutu wanting to take it off the back, and he also has that explosive speed off the boot. Almua, he's shown plenty of it too, especially down that left-hand edge.
No, he's hitting. He's cleared out.
Oh, Christie, when he came through, had to bail out. Perenara cleared it away. Va'i, now Perenara again. Barrett moves it on. Rico Ioane. Anton Leonard-Brown straightening nicely. Lovely ball away to McKenzie. Now space for Sevu Reece. Coming across as Jordan manages to grab him. Oh, good defence from his Crusaders teammate to deny Sevu Reece in the corner.
Wow, excellent though. The work from Anton Leonard-Brown. So the injection and the way that worked was because he came from depth. So when he punched onto it, you can see there from depth. Just so very dangerous.
Orders check. Orders check. Ben, I'm going to come to you, mate.
Oh, we've had a bit of action.
What we're looking at here is I've got an on-field decision try. Hey, boys, just a little bit of space, please.
I'm having a look at that replay. They've taken a quick throw. Could be a try here to the north.
Just want to make sure 10 starts on side before it leaves the hooker's hands, please. Yeah, we'll probably need the wide angle for that one, Ben.
They've got everyone here, including us. There was
Okay.
a real surge at the line from Sevu Reece, and they must have gone super quick to have this line out set. I'm thinking it wasn't even set line out, that they've just gone for a straight out quick throw. Let's see, yeah, the line out's not even set. Cody Taylor's tried to go quickly. Bowden Barrett, is he onside?
I think that's what the chicken, Marsha, that's why they wanted the wide angle, just to make sure he was back.
We'll see that wide one again.
Yeah, but how does it work? Because there's no set line. Oh, yeah, White have got a set line out. They've got enough players here to call that a line out. Bowden Barrett's definitely not back 10.
10 for us, mate.
And he can't advance until the ball's gone beyond the 15.
100%.
And
Wow.
I think it's fair to say he was fairly well advanced.
Yes, he was.
Okay, yep, sure. Yeah.
We can see Bowden Barrett there. He's
just backing
just
off,
by
isn't he?
Almu. He's just backing off, backing off. He probably needs to get back to about where is it Anton Leonard Brown is, and no, that's definitely not 10 metres.
You're going to have to help us here, mate, because we can't. Yeah.
Or as he said, actually, it's when the ball leaves the hooker's hand, I think, rather than that 15.
So it's not clear for you. Yeah. Yeah, no, for me, mate, the three of us down here don't think he's 10, so we're going to go with a penalty against Black, and we'll scrub. It'll be a penalty where the 10 metre was. So it's up here, so it'll be no try, boys. No try. He was inside the 10. Inside the 10 with the line out was thrown. So no try, guys.
Yeah, look, we know Bowden Barrett's quick,
gotcha.
but I don't think he's that grease
inside
lightning,
the
believe me. He doesn't seem too upset either. I think he understands what they were looking at, and he probably realises that he wasn't quite back 10. Wasn't far off.
A bit of disappointment for the North, fair bit of relief elsewhere.
I tell you what, Cody Taylor would have been breathing a big sigh of relief.
Yeah, no one more relieved than him. So they might go for a more conventional line, although they really have mixed it up tonight more than we anticipated. The South, a lot of variations, but Dunshay has been their money man towards the front, with Sam Whitelock tending to be used in a lifting role. Now they're trying to peel it away. 4 minutes to play in the first half. South lead by 3. Shannon Frizzell has a wind-up and takes some stopping too. Eventually Vahi is the man who gets him on the ground.
Good hands.
Yeah. He's had a very good first 40, has Nipo Laulala. Lovely offload from Bridge, but he couldn't really hook up with Frizzell. Couldn't hang on to the pass, and so we'll have a scrum.
Play the knock on.
He's another one to watch. This guy here, Shannon Frizzell. What about you guys? I thought he was absolutely fantastic for the Highlanders this year.
He certainly was. And his game's evolved as well. We've seen already so far in this game him tip the ball on a couple of times. He's also given a return ball back to Brad Weber. Makes him much harder to defend because you've got to aim up on him anyway. You've probably got to target 2 defenders on him. He's got a good offload in contact. So if he can then develop into a player that actually shifts the ball as well and attracts defenders, he'll free space for others.
Still waiting, Richie Moonga. Go back to the scrum here, which is an area where the South have had a couple of victories. Knee on the ground on this side.
Too much white.
And it's a free kick.
Too much movement. And again.
Happy enough to have another scrum.
Scrum, Black.
Yeah, great battle this one. Joe Moody against Ufa Tu'unga Fasi.
So that's why I'm coming to have a look. All right, okay, let's just do your job.
So the setup here for the North, they'll bring Sevu Reece. You can see they're just hovering in around Bowden Barrett, but he's quite regularly used as a first receiver there because he can get it flat off the halfback or off the number 8. He's got good footwork, he's strong in the contact, gets you over the advantage line with all the other backs nice and flat. It means that you can't really aim up on him and double team him.
This is the 80th Inter-Island match.
You're not setting up right.
It's the South who lead, but the North get a penalty, so they get one back at scrum time. It goes against Joe Moody.
Angle.
Yeah, angling in. Thought he might have got away with that a couple of scrums ago. Not this time. And Barrett. Banana kicks it away into touch.
Oh, they got the back again, VP.
So Almore. Adi Savi has come towards the front. Akira Ioane behind him. Tapped away by Tui Polotu Reese. Well, he was supposed to take it at first receiver.
Leave it.
Now some action off the ball. And getting a bit niggly here.
I think this is Cody Taylor and TJ Perenara.
You got it, KT.
Pretty sure it was two.
Never doubted your fact to Spotify off the ball, and you've got it bang on. They had a bit of a disagreement.
Actually, I said niggly. I think that turned out to be the friendliest fight of all time.
Yeah, it was a bit of push and shove, wasn't it? But
Restarting here, boys.
unfortunately, Cody Taylor
wide.
got spun out of the initial contact, found himself amongst about 5 or 6 North players. Perenara's involved as well,
Boys,
so
Becky,
you can see there he's on the wrong side there, but it doesn't take long for some support to come to Cody Taylor.
Well, I don't think Taylor was too happy about
The push in the face.
the first contact, which was looked like a
Perenara,
forearm
yeah.
in the face.
That was
from
before that,
Perenara.
though. That was before that.
Sam.
Or even
coming off the
before that, I
line.
knew you'd spot it. What happened?
Yeah, it's just the setup.
Oh, from a good winger's point of view, I think just the hooker got on the wrong channel, Marshy.
Listen, pal, I think you're just a little bit outnumbered here tonight, KT.
Roger that.
Hey?
I'll come back to that side.
Savien at halfback for the North.
Chance for the North to grab back the lead as the siren goes, but Sam Whitelock says, I'll have that, thank you very much. And Brad Weber, they'll clear it away into touch. Still got a bit of work to do to dig it out of there. And in fact, passes it back to Ioane, puts it into touch. Well, it's been a good first 40 here in Wellington, the inter-island match. 2 tries apiece, and at the break, it's the South leading the North by 17-14. Plenty at stake here in the inter-island match. Tomato Amoe, the beautiful new trophy on the left, the Loving Cup being awarded for the first time since 1931 on the right. But of course also there's an All Black announcement tomorrow, and on that note, let's get the thoughts of the All Black coach, what he's seen in the first 40. He's with our man KT.
Well, coach, a good old tight one. You happy with the level so far?
Yeah, it's pretty willing, isn't it? You know, I think the line-out's having a few issues with the wind's having a few issues with the line-out, but you know, both teams have found a way to go up the middle. I think the South are really determined to go up the middle of that pack and get some good games, but there's good opportunities both teams.
Some of the variations, especially from that Southern team in the line-out, is very impressive too, yeah?
Yeah, they would have been a bit disappointed with that try. You know, it was a really well done move. So it's so there's some nice. We're always going to expect a few little ideas popping out in this game, so it's good to see.
Some of these players haven't played for a couple of weeks, but some of the skill execution, as you said, in these conditions, very high.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty good, I think, and you know, there's some big contacts, and you know, like I said, this wind is just making those slightly wider passes a bit difficult. So we're seeing a lot more sort of close quarters, sort of 1-pass, 2-pass rugby.
All right, let's get back up to the heater, coach. Thanks.
Yeah, no, very good. Thank you.
Well, Richie Moonga is back. You saw him there in shot. There is a change to the North Island team. Aaron Smith is on
Someone getting there.
in jersey 21, taking the place of TJ Perenara.
Just 20 seconds, buddy.
It's not a bad swap out, is it? Well, Joe Moody's had a great battle with Ofat Tuangafasi. That's set to continue. It'll be the North to kick off, punching into the wind in the second half, down by 3.
Good to go.
So Bowden Barrett puts it high and out towards the right wing touch. And Will Jordan is there, and he's collared literally by Caleb Clark. And well, it looks like they've got a turnover there. That's great work from Adi Savia. So straight away, the North get a chance to go on to attack. And Caleb Clark, again, great work from the restart. So here's the opportunity for them. And they get a penalty. Aaron Smith takes it quickly and then runs into the ref.
Straight to the side.
No, in fact, the penalty's gone against the North. Side entry. That was almost
Four black
a mirror image of the first half.
Try and stay up.
Yeah, both teams just really struggling to get a decent exit off kickoffs. Apart from the breakout from Caleb Clark, which was the very first kickoff of the match, the sides haven't really exited out of their own 22 very well. Clark with a great chase here on Will Jordan, which caused the pressure. Savia in there quick as a flash, and that created the turnover.
Well, those kicks down to that end are hanging up for an eternity. They go to Sam Whitelock this time. You'll see a player out there with no number on his jersey. That's Hoskins Satutu. Bit of a wardrobe malfunction.
No, out.
Now Weber puts one high, and they've been awkward to take, but nicely done by Sevu Reece. Christie in there trying to rip the ball away from him and gets the penalty. Weber wants to take it quickly.
No, wait.
And gets another 10 now. That's Satutu, I think, got in his way.
I realise.
I think I mentioned earlier about how quick Anton Leonard-Brown got onto a turnover. Tom Christie, quite possibly, was even more lightning quick to get his hands on the ball and snaffle that turnover. He literally only just hit the ground, Sevu Reece, and Christie had his hands on it and managed to get the turnover via a penalty for holding on.
Well, he's one of the top exponents in Super Rugby, wasn't he, Christie? Here's the moment you're talking about.
Stepped out, Blake. Petty.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful clear release, and then attacking the ball. Well, here they come again, and Goodhue goes hard and straight. Taken in the tackle by Ioane and Hoskins Satutu. Now Moonga, well, he wanted to get rid of it, but Barrett got up. That's Bowden Barrett got up really quickly on top of him. Dunshay carries hard into the tackle of Almoa. Goodhue again. Well, there's a bit of fact, it's Geordie Barrett.
Oh, step, no! Advantage.
Scrambled away, offside again is the call. Moody with the carry, Moonga taking it to the line. Turns it back, well, no, went to turn it back. And Weber in the end is taken, so they'll come for the penalty.
No. You were never back on side.
It's probably just a little bit too much traffic on that inside channel. Both Geordie Barrett and Will Jordan wanted to hit that inside spot, just
you were never back on side
off Moonga, and he couldn't quite get it there. When he did, I think it went back to Weber.
Well, again, the call is to go for the line out. It's a bit like making a fast bowler captain of a cricket team, really, isn't it?
Hey, mate.
Whitelock very happy to go to line out.
Certainly is.
Even though there was a shot at goal on.
Oh, interesting four-man as well. Brad Weber at the front.
Oh, contested though by Tuipulotu. And that's a real saver, that one. Vai, the big man, does well, muscles away with it, put it on the ground, went again. Aaron Smith having a little dab. Clark chopping back in field. So there's one for Patrick Tuipulotu against his All Black teammate Sam Whitelock at line-out time. And the South miss another opportunity to get some points on the board. Back they go, Bowden Barrett deep to Leonard-Brown, quickly through the hands, McKenzie, on it goes to Reece. They come across, it's Moonga on Reece. Kick goes ahead, and it's not a bad one either. Dribbling over the touchline in the end, well into South territory.
Well, there's an exit play for you, Marshy. Just going across, and the North team finally getting a reprieve. But
they're not mucking around at line-out time, and Cody Taylor does well. Satutu came through, ripped the ball away from him, but I think they've got it back here, the South. Well, North starting to contest at line-out time. Tuipulotu especially, Satutu as well. Now a high kick for Reece. Good timing from George Bridge. That's been a good battle, that too, between two great mates. So, starting from inside their own half, the North Island, Barrett now. Nice cut-out pass. The Ioane brothers running together in midfield. He wanted to free the pass, but good defence from Goodhue prevented it. Now Ardie Savia bustling forward. Weber, though, grabs a hold of him and won't let go. Aaron Smith comes away. Tunga Bussy charging onto it, but Nepo Laulala, who's been one of the better players on the field, makes the tackle. Now Smith does really well to smuggle the ball away. under the attention of Dunshay. Barrett moving on to it. Now McKenzie ranging a bit wider. Satutu steaming down the right wing touch. Turns the ball back to Phil. McKenzie and Aaron Smith will go in. Oh, more great hand-to-hand stuff from the North.
It certainly was, and again, like in the first half when Anton Leonard-Brown injected his pace from depth, Damien McKenzie did the same here. Punched onto it at depth, which brought in defenders, and then when he got it wide to Satutu, who's always a handful, there were plenty of defenders here, but he was just too big and strong and powerful. So there's the depth from McKenzie, flat from Clark, depth from McKenzie, an early transfer for 3 players on Satutu, can't bring him down. McKenzie again staying in the game every time. Aaron Smith will be on that inside channel.
He's spoken about it, Marchie, the depth. There's the one and there's the second one from Satutu, but look at this pass. This is money. 3 defenders he gets rid of. That's another good one from D-Mac as well.
So 21-17 it is. The kick from wide out. Aaron Smith's try. And the seesaw nature of this game continues.
And a massive swing against the South. They opted to go for the line out. As you mentioned, they lost that line out, turned the ball over, then the counter attack to get out of that zone from the North, and quick as a flash they strike.
This time it's a short restart, and they've got it back. But initially knocked on by Geordie Barrett. Well, that was the little chip restart from Richie Mo'unga. Almost came off for them.
I just think in terms of a game plan and pattern, that zone that we saw Hoskins Satutu in is the perfect zone for him to operate. It's where the All Blacks used to use Kieran Reid quite a lot, in that zone, 2 in from touch or right on the touch. Big, strong carrier that can offload, bring in defenders. And that's where he actually finally in this game got some space and showed how devastating he can be.
Crouch! Boyd!
Well, he bears some interesting comparisons. It's very early on in his career, but he's been talked about as having the potential of the all-round game of Zinzan Brook. You mentioned Kieran Reid there. He's a prospect and a half, and now he's a scrum penalty to the North, and I think that's evened that battle up at 2 apiece.
What have you made of the scrum battle tonight, KT? It's been a bit of a mess, hasn't it?
Well, the South, that was all over the first half, but the second stanza, this North team has come back and they're going to make multiple changes too in a minute.
We just haven't seen a lot of scrum attack, have we? Because we've had penalties after penalty, really. Lots of resets. It hasn't been stable at all. They need to sort it out.
So Almua, Patrick Tuipulotu coming in. They go over the top though, and Leonard Brown is there racing up to grab it. Another well-worked line-out variation, this time from the North Island. Satutu just out from the 22. Aaron Smith fires it away. Tuipulotu, Barrett quickly on McKenzie trying to cut through. Smith away. Tui Nukuafe thundering onto it into the 22. Smith again. Barrett, quick hands. Oh, Leonard Brown can't hang on to it. And it'll be a knock-on. Don't often see that from Anton Leonard Brown, but those passes are just flying through the hands.
Subs, blank, 1 and 3.
There's the line out that launched it, and I think a whole bunch of subs being made here. KT.
There's TJ in the front row. Carl Tunukuape and Opa Tungafasi's night are over. Placed in jersey 78 and Johnson and 18 Angus Tarwell, and also Scott Scrafton is coming onto the field as well.
Oh, great to see Angus Tarwell back in action. It's been a long road back from a leg injury that he suffered just before the rugby season started back in January. It was an injury that was a lot worse than they initially thought. And so it's been a hard road back, and no wonder he's got a smile on his face.
Crouch!
Maybe this will sort the scrums out too. Let's see if we can get some stability there.
Boyd!
Set to run the South, not to kick.
Well, there's another young man who really deserves this, who's earned this opportunity, Aidan Johnston. Plays for the Highlanders, but originally, of course, from Waikato. Well, advancing. He keeps telling them to use it. The scrum's going forward. Now they fire it away and looking for a bit of space, but Barrett has to track across and grab a loose pass, and in the end he leaves it for Jordan. And oh, lovely offload away from Whainga Anuku, who is on for Braden Enna. Now the ball's been spilt, grabbed by the North Island, but unable to take it was Johnston, and so we'll have a scrum. Just a few errors creeping in.
Yeah, just the execution slightly off there. Really liked what the South were trying to do, but the pass from Goodhue wasn't good enough because there was space for Jordan Barrett and Will Jordan on the outside. They couldn't quite make it happen. The South are going to rock and roll the changes as well, KT8.
Yeah, the whole front row's gone for the Southern team. Moody, Taylor, Lolala, the try score, replaced by Coltman, 16, Bauer and 17, and Tyrell Lomax, the homeboy in jersey 18, just from up the road, and Wainui Amata.
A bit of brief respite for the benches while the front rows trade places.
What's the wind doing down there, KT? Is it favourable to the South as we're looking at it now, or?
Probably the North, if anything, Marshy.
It's a bit swirly, as typically it can be in Wellington, isn't it?
So we've had 11 minutes in the second half, time enough for another lead change. And again, it's the South Island who reassert themselves at scrum time. North guilty of illegally twisting the scrum, and so an opportunity here for Moonga to put it deep.
Yeah, I was just kind of trying to get to how confident they would be to play territory, KT, from a zone like that, but if they're into a bit of wind, it's probably not the right option.
You can even see on Richie Moonga's kick there, very, very short compared to what he usually gets on his length.
It's a hard wind to gauge at this stadium because it's been blowing a northerly all day, but it hits the stadium and swirls. Balls hang up in the air, wobble around all over the place. Kicks you think will be carried by the wind are held up by it. Now Moonga has it. Christie out in centre field, looking to break through with Jordan. Webber fires it away. Moonga, lovely ball away to George Bridge. Fighting to stay in the field of play, doing pretty well, although latching onto it. Savia, no.
Go, leave him.
Taken quickly by Webber. Off he goes too. Well, he thought about milking another 10. What he's done is he's given them the front foot. Bridge gets rid of it quickly. Moonga out into centre field. Goodhue trying to offload the pass. Been lost. Grabbed by Barrett. And so the North get it back. Swung away quickly by Aaron Smith. Now a little stab kick through from Mackenzie. Grabbed by Clark. Manages to get back to his feet. Aaron Smith is there. The game continues at a frantic pace.
Lost white. No.
Aaron Smith digs it out. Barrett moves it on. Some nice hands, and slicing through is Rico Ioane. Gets a lovely ball away to his brother. And another one to Adi Savia. Oh, great tackle though by Johnny Barrett on his Hurricanes teammate. Saves the day.
Wow, he needed to too. Savia out in space. He's a dangerous runner. He's a ball player as well. He's looking to sort of weave some magic out there.
Here's the mark, yeah.
Some excellent injections and the nice little flick on from Satutu. Ioane, who's had a good game. And another great ball from Akira out there as well.
I tell you what, we're setting world records for delivery to the line out in this game. They're not mucking around at all. Oh, that didn't look very straight, and it wasn't. You could see Sam Whitelock having to reach out in the direction of his own goal line.
Scrum all on it.
So here's the hands once again. You can see there from Rico, out the back door from him. Nice little offload to his brother Akira, who also flicks it out the back. He's looking to play there, and he gets hit hard by Geordie Barrett, but very dangerous. And again, that's those channels. If you can get those players operating that channel, Akira, Satutu, they can be very dangerous.
Oh yeah, and that was another lovely touch from Satutu right in the initial stages of it, Marshy, wasn't it? It's the skill levels.
Hit and hold, boys, hit and hold.
So again, Severus is the one who's hovering here. They can use him straight off the first pass. It's a great view of it. He moves from right to left. He can still come from where he is there and get that first receiver.
Starting To Crab across now. Smith has a look at the short side. Scrum wheels around, and this time the advantage is being shown towards the north.
Yeah. Whoa. Over there. Go.
And Akira Ioane wants to take
There's
it
a knock
quickly
on
this
at the
time.
back. You've got to be on the mark, mate. Well, players on top of me. Okay, so just give me a second, okay? Not staying straight.
Akira Ioane not
There's
happy.
a knock on by Black, so we couldn't play advantage.
The word this week that the referees during our upcoming Mitre 10 Cup are going to really crack down on players questioning their decisions. They'll talk to the captains and no one else.
Really looking forward to seeing how that works.
How long it lasts, you mean?
Yeah.
It's very hard when you've got 8 people standing in front.
So the line out will take place about 8 metres from the corner. This is a chance here for the North to open up the most significant lead of the game. They go to Scrafton, and he obliges. South holding them up initially. Now it goes to ground, and they'll have to get rid of it. Aaron Smith's got it though. Barrett had to wait for the pass. Just lost a little bit of rhythm there, the North, and South getting players to the ball, hands on the ball, and Christie it is who gets the pats on the back for winning the penalty.
Well, he just couldn't get any momentum into the contact. Bowden Barrett got it pretty deep and tried to generate a little bit of forward motion into the contact, but it wasn't enough. You can see there's plenty of white players here. The tackler rolls free, which was good, Hugh, and then quick as a flash again, Christie. If he's there fast and gets in good position, he's hard to move.
So Liam Coltman taking over at hooker. Otago mouth guard in, and the South have it trailing by 4. Christie, who's been a standout. Webber, seen a couple of good snipes from him. Bridge, no way around the fringe for him. They'll switch play. Referee has to duck out of the way. Almost intercepted by Bowden Barrett, but here's Dunshay. Back in field to Christie.
Not now!
So the South go back onto the attack, brushing off the first tackle and driving ahead is Frizzell, but all brilliantly ripped away by Artie Sabia. Great opportunity to counter-attack now. Here's McKenzie. Oh boy, got the big build-up. Well, ball's still in play. Oh, it's been picked up by Jordan. Will Jordan will score. Against the run of play, the South are going to go back in front.
Well, you can see what they were trying to do, the North. Created some really good space off the Savia turnover as the ball got shifted across to McKenzie. He really ate up the metres, but he couldn't make the pass stick to his 2 support players, which was, I think, Ioane, definitely Caleb Clark. And it was Caleb Clark that tried to keep the ball in play. You see, he can't quite link. It was Anton Leonard-Brown who was on the inside, so he keeps it in play, Caleb Clark. But unfortunately for him, all his support players that overrun the ball didn't anticipate, but the man that did was Will Jordan.
Well, sometimes you just need something to go your way, and this is what the Southern team definitely needed. But he's just such a wares the guy. He's always in and around the ball and takes his opportunity. Will Jordan has done this a number of times in Super Rugby Aotearoa.
I just think someone needed to change an angle there for Damien McKenzie. He was going so far across field laterally that he needed Anton Leonard-Brown or Caleb Clark just to cut back on him, because he was chewing up too much space, and that's why it didn't work in the finish.
Well, so many twists and turns in this game. There's another one, and the kick, well, it's another good kick too from Geordie Barrett. He had one miss, almost inexplicable in the first half. Everything else has been good. And the South lead 24-21.
You can see there, because they were so eagerly anticipating the pass, Ioane, Anton Leonard-Brown and Caleb Clark, they were really in motion with Damien McKenzie, so they all basically went past the ball. Caleb had to turn and come back and get it. And unfortunately, the support players had overrun the pass. Will Jordan, not so.
Just a change too, or couple for the North team. On jersey 16 is Ash Dixon, co-captain. Also jersey 23, Mitchell Hunt is onto the field. And Dylan Hunt on for the Southern team as well.
Sam Whitelock receives the restart. South back in front. And we've got 20 minutes to go in the Inter-Island game. First one in 8 years. And hopefully not the last.
Yeah, it was a tackle first, boys, so you got to release him. Release.
So, penalty gives Mo'unga a chance to send the ball downfield, and that's a much better kick down that side of the field than the last one.
It didn't look like it was into the wind either, did it? This stadium can throw up some curly ones with the wind. Not for a full line out for once, the South have been really opting for short ones so far in this match. Back to conventional.
Hold, Black. Black, hold.
Brad Moore in the box there, coaching the South, and really has enjoyed his week too. Into the line out it goes. Dunshea wins it, fired away by Dylan Hunt. So both teams going to their benches. Weber, a little bit awkward on it. Here's Dylan Hunt. Well, he's another one coming off a tremendous season in Super Rugby Aotearoa. Coltman, someone's lost a boot. Play carries on. Oh, beautiful ball away from Barrett to Jordan, to Goodhue, over the top to Jordan. Barrett is there. Well, it's not just the North showing up with those beautiful handling movements. Here's one being put together by the South, and it's taken them within a couple of metres of the line. And through for the try is Tyrell Lomax. Well, spectacular finish to a beautifully created try.
Oh, great line. What a line from Tyrell Lomax. It was an offloading extravaganza early doors. Will Jordan featuring again. Lovely ball you can see there from Geordie Barrett. Back on the inside from Will Jordan. Look at this offload from Jack Goodhue. Again from Jordan. He pops it. Geordie Barrett, the big man, takes contact. And then as they shift it across Mo'unga, flat, hard at the line. Line from Lomax. The South strike again. Two back-to-back.
Yeah, sending numbers to the line, and it gives Richie Mo'unga options. See, Rico Ioane stays inside to mark up on Sammy Whitelock, and then this guy here, Tyrell Lomax, hitting a deadly short ball.
Well, it'll be a big cheer at Wainuiomata. I suppose they're all North Island supporters, but of course Tyrell Lomax playing for the South will have brought a big cheer from over the hill in Wainui. And the try is converted, and suddenly it's the most significant lead of the game, and it's the South lead by 31 to 21.
We're just going to have a pause here as you can see there that line. There's two players here that I have to consider as we roll it on. It misses Whitelock, and the line from Lomax is bang on. Oh, that's good. Good from Mo'unga and good from the support runners.
Another Wainui boy on, Peter Umanga Jensen, jersey 22, and 20 Dalton Papali'i for the North.
So 17 to play. Jordan comes forward to take the restart. Frizzell launches at them, but met solid resistance. That was a great tackle by his Highlanders teammate Aidan Johnston. Bit loose. George Bridge hasn't had too many opportunities tonight. Umanga Jensen, his first act of the game as a tackle. Oh, that's a bit awkward too, but Mo'unga's had some nice hands. That one's been knocked away, I think. And Geordie Barrett going back into the in goal. They'll come back for the scrum. Knocked on by the North.
Yeah.
So let's go down to the sideline. TJ Perenara has been good enough to join us from the bench. TJ, first touch, kia ora, first touch of a North-South game. How'd you find it?
Yeah, kia ora te whānau. Yeah, that's pretty good. The boys out there going pretty hard at each other. Some good competition going on. We're leaking a few penalties, which are putting us under pressure, but the boys are in a pretty good position here.
Just tell us about the feeling out there. I mean, there's been a lot of speculation during the week about how, you know, intense the contest would be. A lot of your mates playing against mates. What's it been like from that perspective?
There's not heaps of mates out there once the game's on, to be completely honest. We're out there, we're trying to win a football game. There's a lot of competition out there. It's the best players in the country going head to head, so a lot of physicality. Boys are going at it, and yeah, I think mates are left for after the game.
TJ Marshy here, mate. What's the key to getting back into this game from here? They've had a bit of dominance in the last 10 minutes. If you're given the message, what is it?
I think a little bit like the first half, actually. Discipline's a big one. We're giving back-to-back penalties, which are getting them down our end of the field, giving them opportunities to score points. It's tough to be in your 22 defending set pieces back-to-back. So for us, discipline's going to be a big one. And then there's, 16 minutes left. When we get opportunities, we've got to take them and capitalise.
Okay, TJ, thanks very much for joining us. And before we go, congratulations, mate, becoming a father recently. I'm sure that's made you very, very proud.
Kia ora, thank you very much. Yeah, it was the best day of my life, mate.
Well, Finley Christie's on for the South from the Tasman Markle. You'll see him in the Mitre 10 coming up soon. And he... There's another one coming off. Very good Super Rugby campaign with the Blues. His speed to the breakdown, one of his great assets.
Set! Halt! Nah, too much.
Early shove from the north, and that gives the South a chance to clear. Sanders has started to take it because Shannon Frizzell gave him the call, and he makes good ground up to the 22. We'll just try and work it up maybe for a clearing kick.
Yeah, good job, 19.
No, look keen to move it, don't they? Now the boot.
21, yeah, good work,
The ball from Geordie Barrett, straight down the throat, though, of Mitchell Hunt. And off he goes. Barrett made the tackle following up. Aaron Smith there, he's fired away. Will Jordan's got it. Well, he's benefited from a couple of loose passes, or loose balls out on that flank. This one, though, no harm done.
You're already in touch.
Well, there's Will Jordan, just give you an idea of how good he was in Super Rugby Aotearoa. Man of freakish talents.
Not bad. First in tries, first in defenders beaten.
Over.
First best in show. Here's Umaga Jensen trying to get on the outside, but such a good defensive player is Jack Goodhue.
Yeah, good reload.
Now Mackenzie moves it on, lovely ball. Caleb Clark into a huge gap. Takes on Barrett. Barrett makes the tackle though, they get him to ground. Dylan Hunt there as well. But here's a great opportunity for the North. It's Rico Ioane busting right through, and they're back in it.
Outstanding. Outstanding of pace onto the ball. First of all, it was Damien McKenzie with the subtle hands. He went hard at the line and then just slightly backed off to the defender. He hit Caleb Clark at full pace. He really didn't have a lot of supporters around. So watch this. Goes hard at the line, then just pulls back, hits Caleb Clark in between two defenders. He couldn't find his outside support player, so he gravitates back in field. From the ensuing ruck, the depth and the pace that Ioane hits onto it, he's really positive on the ball, tucks it under that right arm straight away. Too quick, too powerful to defenders. The North are back in it at Sky Stadium.
Well, Mackenzie from right out in front adds the extras, and we are back to a 3-point game. South 31, North 28.
What I've really enjoyed, TJ, is big men running from depth A and then running hard at holes. You can see there's just a little shift of the ball. When he decides to tuck it, he runs, and he runs strong. Does Rico Ioane. Been a real feature of this game. Now, the North have made a change. Ofatunga Fussie's back on. Aiden Johnston gone for an HIA, and then the last man off the rank for the Southern team, Manaki Selby Rickett, is on.
The restart goes down to Aaron Smith. And here's Akira Ioane with the carry. Smith just having a look around. I think he's going to pass. No, he's going to kick. Looked to pass it back initially and then took it on himself. Pretty good result too, taking play up to halfway. Aaron Smith played all his Super Rugby for the Highlanders, but of course originally from, or wore the colours of Manawatu. That was his entry to first-class rugby. Went to school with Sam Whitelock, still out there in jersey 4. Selby Rickett in front of Whitelock, and he's the target, and he's a talented young lock too, Selby Rickett. And Mo'unga, well, of all people, they were looking to cook something up there for George Bridge, but unfortunately he dropped the pan on the floor.
I was going to let you off with it, but then you just kept coming.
Well, they've been so close and coming down to the last 11 odd minutes. Be interesting the attitude of these two teams. Will they start shutting the door and trying to kick the corners or still back themselves?
Good call, mate. It's a real important period now to be able to try and sort of get yourself into a good position to get the points when they're on offer.
If you want to watch our player cam, we're featuring Richie Morley. You can catch just him for the last 12. And here's Artie Savia now playing in the back of the scrum. Rieko Ioane really is starting to cause a lot of trouble. And Savia was there to carry it on. Ta'aval now. So Aaron Smith whips the pass away. McKenzie in at first receiver. Tui Polotu trying to work the ball forward.
No. Advantage.
Oh, he's playing advantage.
Had a ruck first.
Mistake at the breakdown. I think it was Dylan Hunt got his hands caught in the cookie jar.
Hey, leave him now, leave him now.
They'll keep pressing. No, they come back for the penalty. Now this is right out in front if you want to level the scores up. No, they've taken the tap. Not interested in 3. Seems to be the story of the night. Hunt moves it on. Now Papali'i busting tackles. Taken from behind by Jordan. It's still there. Loose ball. Referee's playing advantage. And it's another penalty. Goes against Manaki. Selby Rickett, does it? Or is it Tyrell? No, Lomax it was.
It's Tyrell Lomax, and he's...
The ball, he was just offside. I know the ball hit
he's
him,
probably...
but he wasn't trying to play.
Yeah, so they just... Paul Williams was just explaining that to Patrick Tuipolotu, because he certainly hit the ball, and the pass was going to a player that was in space. And I think that's why Tuipolotu was asking the question, was that an intentional knockdown?
Sub, 10 white.
Who was in space? Ash Dixon was in a massive big hole as well. Savia is so explosive off the bat.
Also, you're just seeing the all-round game of Rieko Ioane as a centre growing, but play carries on. They win the line out. Here's a chance to get themselves in front. Solid defence on Leonard Brown, but it's there for Smith. Tu'ungafasi back into his work, and again penalty advantage. They were offside. This time it was Dylan Hunt. They bring it back the other way. Tu'ungafasi hungry for work on his return to the field. Aaron Smith, McKenzie turns it back on the inside. Hunt, desperate tackle made on him by Sanders. Danger's not over. They're in. They're back in front the North. Well, protestations from the south over whether the ball's been forced.
We saw some muscle.
It was Ash Dixon.
No point running
It was. We saw some muscle in the first half from the south.
And I'm happy with that.
Sam's really asking and pleading with Paul Williams to have a look at the grounding. I was going to say, of just injecting themselves and going hard at it. Well, this time it was the turn of the North. They just went super heavy at the line, aggressive runners, and eventually it was Ash Dixon who hit a line and crashed over.
A great moment for Ash Dixon, who turned 32 on Tuesday. Here it is here. And
something to have a look at. Paul Williams should have gone upstairs. He's got the technology.
Well, Sam Whitelock is adamant that ball was not grounded. Well, the South will have to make it happen for themselves now. Josh Ioane is back out there. They get it back from the restart. Good shoe. Oh, got it away to Jordan, but he just ran out of room.
You've got to wonder, KT, why does he not just go upstairs and check?
Yeah, 100% agree.
Okay, numbers here now.
Fishing an important try too, Marshy.
Yeah.
Well, unless he's convinced he's seen a grounding.
Right there.
That's the only thing that would prevent him from going upstairs. He's seen the ball on the ground, but we didn't. And I don't think Sam Whitelock did. But anyway, it's a big moment. But if Paul Williams saw a grounding, then he has every right, of course, to award the try.
First line it over.
Whitelock contested possession, but the North have got it back. Aaron Smith, well, they'll try and control it from here. 4 points the margin, 8 minutes to play as Mackenzie goes high. They've been a bit tricky, these ones, but Geordie Barrett takes it easily. Now Jordan tried to slice through, but some good defence. Runga Jensen was there. Now Whainga Anuku. Christie comes away with it. Now real urgency now amongst the South as Geordie Barrett carries it forward. Christie again, maybe a chance to go wide. No, Jordan takes the defence on. Christie finds the ball at his feet, clears it away. Selby Rickett, great feet from the big man. And running backwards in the end, but he still gets it away to Whainga Anuku, and he's dangerous. Carrying defenders, now he fires a speculator back in field. And who's there but Ufa Tu'ungafasi. Now a loose one, batted back by Dixon. Oh, some good skills again. And now Ioane out wide. Leonard Brown, such a great support player, lobs it back in field. Akira Ioane puts the foot down, crashes into the tackle of Barrett, holds his ground but holds it up for Tuipolotu. Oh, this is great rugby. Sam Whitelock, though, wins the turnover.
Yeah, two things.
The veteran lock comes up with a big play after more exhilarating stuff from the North.
Oh, exhilarating. We've been entertained right since the opening kick-off of this match, but that was some genuine razzle-dazzle from the North. Some of the skill level and offloading support play was absolutely next level.
How about the speed of Akira Ioane?
Look at this pass.
This is Rico.
Look at that pass. And then this one. Check it out. There you go. I can do that as well.
Scary thing is that stock standard now these days. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, Coltman got to get this one right. There's still a chance in this. The South trailing by 4. Oh, that one's gone through the hands though. Referee playing advantage and eventually tidied up by Dylan Hunt. So they've got it. Well, Christie went down a dead-end street round the side of the ruck, ran straight into a brick wall,
straight over.
but they got a penalty out of it.
Clearly on the ground first, so you've got to support your body weight.
Well, one thing that Sam Whitelock won't be happy about will be how the line-out's functioning. It's not been great in the second half, and it was very good in the first. He's still going to back it, though, so he's got Geordie Barrett to get it inside the 22, and they will look to launch from here.
We thought it would be a dead set advantage, didn't we, to the South, because they play together, that combination, you know, the likes of Taylor, Whitelock, Dunshay, that they were good in the first, but they've been getting challenges from the likes of Satutu and Tuipolotu in the second half. Oh, nicely taken by Selby Rickett this time. Inside the 22 they go. The South making the big play. 2 trophies at stake. Loose ball though, Aaron Smith swoops on it for the North.
Last feet.
And they get it back. Just another little mistake. And once again, the South miss an opportunity to make a big play for the game.
Aaron, we're outside, that's carried back in.
Referee says that's outside. So Smith can't put it out on the full. And Bridge takes it, beats the first, beats the second. Clatters into the third, Dalton Papali'i, and there it is. They need a halfback though. Well, they got a penalty instead.
Yeah, you're playing the 9 here.
All right, so this will go even deeper into that 22 zone. We'll be hoping for ultimate, which is inside the 5. Sam Whitelock from Josh Ioane has kicker. It's not bad effort. They went to the short line out because their full line out hasn't been going so well. What will they go to now? Yeah, back to full line out.
Well, they got to get this one right. Again, quick delivery. And
sack's good.
well, referee says the sack was fine. Got their timing right. Christie can see it.
Holding here now.
And there it is for Finley Christie. Lomax has a charge. Now Hunt. Aaron Smith barking out instructions on defence. Here's the big chance here for the South now. Barrett trying to weave his way through, and they only stop him a metre from the line, Geordie Barrett. Coltman now. He can't muscle it over. And you can see the celebrations from the North before the penalty even came. Arnie Savia has got in and won a priceless penalty.
Holding on.
Well, you could hear it, and that told you how desperate that they were. Geordie Barrett, we've seen how dangerous he is that close to the line with the try he scored in the first half. He got very close again. It was a pick-up from Coltman that wasn't dynamic enough, that enabled Savia to get over it, and he managed to get the turnover with less than a minute to go. They just need to get their execution right here, the North. They should be able to shut this game down.
Well, Aaron Smith, as usual, leading the chorus. And, yeah, the frustration there. Greg Feek, front a shot.
White hold. Numbers. Thank you.
Oh, that's not straight.
Yeah, not all. They've given them a chance. Ash Dixon puts the hand up and said, yep, my bad. So they'll get one last crack at it, the South.
Scrub, white, that's right.
Well, I'll have a little chat. What do you reckon, Marshy?
Oh, certainly if you're looking to go for the threatening players, you'd want to get them to that outside channel. You have to do the hard yards, get that defence on the back foot first. The North defence has actually been very good for everything the South's thrown at them. So over the advantage line with the likes of Goodhue and Whaianga and then try and free up the likes of Jordan and Bridge on the outsides.
Well, we've had 6 lead changes. If there's a 7th, then it's game South. If it stops at 6, it's game North.
Yes, it is. I think if you're going here, he's a good, brave defender, Damien McKenzie, but he will go low. So that's the channel you want to go in. He's now obviously playing at first 5 with Barrett being off the field, which I think he's made a really good job of since slotting into that position. But that's the zone you want to go, because you know he's a legs tackler. He'll go low. You can maybe get an offload into that zone.
Can't afford to make a single mistake. Scrum starts to hit. They've got a scrum penalty advantage here. And, well, they can have a go at it here. Bridge puts the kick ahead, tears off after it, but Rieko Ioane is going to get, well, ball goes over the touchline anyway. So they'll come back for the penalty. Well, they can force a line out here. They've got time to put it into the corner. They'll be allowed a line out if they want it. So Josh Ioane it is. Kicks to the corner.
Well, what they did before the North, and this is probably what Sam Whitelock, now the leader of the line-out, will be talking about. He was the actual receiver. He called it to himself. But what the North did really well just 2 to 3 minutes ago was they sacked them, got the ball to the ground really quickly, stopped them from getting that drive working. They'll be looking to do that again, the North.
Well, it all comes down to this. It's been a really good inter-island battle. And the referee's got them. This time they went early with the sack. Contact in the air was the call. So they have another chance if they can't score from this. Now they start to get it going forward, the South. They're 5 metres from their goal. 2 trophies on the line. Another advantage. They're just a couple of metres short. Hands all over the ball. Sanders has got it. He's had a huge game. Can he finish it off? He's held up. Sam Whitelock picks it up and has a charge. Hands on the ball again. And it's another penalty.
That was okay. For the first one, 7 claps first, all right? So I'll play the first one, collapse by 7.
Oh,
that was all right.
Whitelock calls another shed meeting.
seen,
Maybe.
from what I've seen, I wonder if he goes for the scrum, Sam Whitelock.
Looking for the tap, are they?
Oh, old school.
Corner? Okay.
Oh, corner, no, it's called the corner. Getting all excited,
No,
Marshall.
I was getting excited as well. So yeah, he's up for what I was about to say. If they do go for the line out, there certainly is an opportunity at the back. The big problem is obviously the execution of the throw. Going to the back with that win, not easy. I don't think he'll risk it, Sam Whitelock. He'll either go to 2 or 4.
So Coltman, well, first of all, he's got to be on the money. They get it to Selby Rickett. Coltman's got it in the back. The North are holding. Now they start to drive it away. Referee, I think, is playing advantage again. Ioane kicks out for the wing. Jordan is there. Oh! He's done it! He's done it! A piece of absolute magic at the south of one.
Can you believe it? It was a speculation play. They knew they had the advantage, so he went for it. He was really deep, Richie Mo'unga, but Will Jordan, who's made every post a winner all season, Super Rugby, Aotearoa, has brought that form to the North-South game, and in classic style, he goes up and above, snaffles it out of the air, and he snatches it for the South.
What's a physical mismatch? They know that's an isolation play. He's a lot bigger than his opposite, Hunt.
15, Jordy.
And that is gold standard right there from Will Jordan.
Well, a moment of triumph, and there was another lead change. And in a way, fitting Jordan, he has been in amongst an absolute catalogue of brilliant young talent that's come through in New Zealand rugby in the last 18 months. This kid, perhaps one of the brightest lights, and what a piece of skill, but what a perfect kick.
But that's easily the hardest catch. So when you're going up high for that high ball, you like to get up in the air and then bring the ball down onto your chest. That's how you secure it. So if you slightly fumble it, you can sort of regather it on the chest or sort of, you know, readjust. That was all just hands, and he juggled it and still had the skill set to hold on to it. Not easy to do at full pace.
Well, it's been a wonderful game, really has. We've had 71 points scored, 10 tries. Barrett, can he finish it off with a conversion? He can. And the Loving Cup and Te Mato Amaui, the 2 trophies up for grabs, will go to the South Island. A thrilling win. Victory grabbed in quite sensational style by young Will Jordan. And the South win it by 38-35. Well, all smiles at the end. Justin, your thoughts? I mean, it's been quite a contest, this.
It has been, and I think in true North-South fashion, what we have seen is 2 teams that went at it, and the way that you can tell if this is a game that they want to play in and want to be involved in, then that can be typified by attitude, and there was plenty of that out there.
Yeah, a showcase for New Zealand's rugby talent. The elite players have come out and they've turned on a beauty. I hope you've enjoyed it at home. The South get the spoils. 38-35 the final score.
awesome week, and it looked like you guys were too, and looking forward to having a wee catch up after this. I think it's a bit of an old school after match, so I'm looking forward to getting to know a few new faces and seeing a few old boys too.
Oh yeah.
Over here, boys.
Hodgie. Joe, we can take captain to get underway for the ready. I need you to shot. Yeah, joining me is. Yeah, no, just are they Ian and Bill and Shot? Well, they need to be because they're going to be standing up there, right? They're standing all right. They won't be in shot.
Just take 2 or 3 steps in, gents. Even a little bit more.
Yeah,
Beautiful. And Jeff, you take a half a step out, mate.
Yeah. You just tell me when. Oh, hold on. So you need to someone needs to just tell me when. Yep. Welcome to the official presentation for this year's Steinlager North-South contest here at Sky Stadium. And in true fashion, in true tradition of the game, it's gone down to the 84th minute. I'm joined here on the field here by the president of New Zealand Rugby, Bill Osborne, and rugby historian Ian St George, who's responsible for finding in August the Loving Cup, but also tonight the presentation of this wonderful crafted trophy, Te Matau a Maui, which will be wonderful in terms of John and David Burke creating this representative of Maui's fishhook, bringing the two islands together. First though, I have to bring Patrick Tuipulotu forward to say a few words on behalf of the North. If you come to the mic, and Patrick, I know these are not the circumstances that you'd like to be here, but talk us through the week, how you've enjoyed it and the contest out there.
Yeah, ipa ia sau tō whawhawha ma mamalu sau wo'o, ma lo lau soi pua mau ma langi mama. Greetings to everyone watching near and far. Yeah, a unique week otherwise. Obviously get together on a Monday and you've got to come up with all your plays and your lineouts, and although it was tough that way with all the learning, it was actually quite fun to get amongst each other, get to know a few new boys and rub shoulders with old boys that I know. Leading into the week is sort of keeping the body on ice. Most of us haven't played for a couple of weeks, and by Thursday we were right and had a good training run, and to come out here tonight and have a breezing encounter that went 80 minutes plus, I think we can be proud of.
And coming together there at the end in a huddle as a group, everyone's smiling now. I know the contest that there was tough. Would you like to see it again maybe in 2021? You want another go?
Yeah, definitely. I think it'd be nicer if we were on the other side of the scoreboard. But look, it's something special. There's a lot of feel to it, as you would have seen in the game. And look, congratulations to the South team who've won it closely. But yeah, I would love to play again.
It hurts, eh?
Yeah, it does.
Come on now. Thanks very much, Paddy. Congratulations. Well played. A great contest. And Sam, if you want to join us. Look, when a game goes down to the 84th minute like that, conditions, the contest, I mean, for your group, there were celebrations on the sideline, but was it an enjoyable week as you probably expected?
Yeah, it's been an awesome week. The bunch of men we have is awesome. We obviously come from all over the country, but we all got our opportunity in the South Island, and it was awesome to come out here today and say thanks and show how much it meant to get the opportunity down south.
Did the game have the intensity you expected to have?
Yeah, I must admit the first 30 seconds didn't play out the way we wanted. Obviously, we were chasing Caleb and he's pretty quick, so I was quite happy one of the faster people got him.
But as a group, you'll celebrate together, right? These two sides and the fact, and you've seen this contest, I'll ask the same question. Do you want to do it again?
Yeah, it's awesome. I know out there it would have been great for the spectators at home watching. It's a pity we couldn't have everyone here, but it's just the way the world is. And, you know, we're out there, we're all competing, but the main thing is we'll have a beer after this and make sure that we're nice and close, both teams, after the game. So that's the best thing about these games. Even though they're hard and physical, everyone afterwards comes together straight away and reconnects as mates.
You've earned the beer, you've earned the trophies. Ian, if you would first like to present the Loving Cup, and you'll need some help here, Sam. Brad Weber coming along.
Oh, we did it.
And Bill, if you would like to come and present Tamato Amawi to Brad. Congratulations, the South. Winners of the Steinlager North-South side competition game for 2020.
Come on behind them, boys. Come on behind them. Because we're going to take a photo as well. Come on, lads.
Oh, that's what they want. So.
That's what you do for a living. I hope you're well paid.
Joe, can you make it? Because it sounds real assholes for that. Don't put it. Georgie, rock up. Yeah. Oh, you're a cunt. What are you doing?
Rocka, all day, rugby is the game we play. Run up the guts all day, 'cause it's a southern way. Rocka, all day, rugby is the game we play. Run up the guts all day, 'cause it's a southern way. Hey, hey, ho!